Well, we're coming up on an election. I mean, it's a ways away, but it's going to all start.
Yeah.
President Trump is allowed back on the platform. He hasn't actually come back.
Right.
But one would imagine if and when he does, or there are others who will say 2020 election was rigged. Is that something, I assume that's not something you believe?
Well, I think the answer is nuanced. Do I believe Biden won? Yes, I believe he won.
And you voted for him.
I did, actually.
Do you regret that?
I mean, man, I wish we could have just a normal human being as president. That's what I want. I think if we could, there's that old saying of like, we're better off being run by people picked at random from the phone book than the faculty of Harvard.
Yeah.
I don't know who said that, but it was someone very wise. And I would say if we could do that for the president, that would be great.
You think that would be beneficial? So you're not, obviously you're not happy with Biden.
Don't we all just want a normal human being to be
whatever
the president?
That means, whatever. I'm not even sure anymore what normal means.
No, but I mean, like, just, I don't know, just a...
You want somebody who's competent.
Yeah,
that's helpful.
Yes, I think definitely somebody's executive ability is underrated. Since the president is effectively the chief executive officer of the country, it actually matters if they're a good executive officer.
Yeah.
It's not simply a matter of do they share your beliefs, and but are they good at getting things done? There's a lot of decisions that need to be made every day. Many of them are unrelated to moral beliefs.
Right.
And you just want a good executive. Because they're CEO of America.
They are.
So we want a good CEO of America.
All right, guys. So once again, we got to talk about Elon Musk, who just got done pissing off the right, okay? Because he hired an NBC advertising executive to be the CEO of Twitter, okay? So conservatives are upset because they say, hey, the guy hired a woke WEF executive who hates free speech to run a platform that Elon Musk claimed that he bought for the purposes of free speech, okay? So conservatives feel betrayed, okay? They're pissed off at Elon, okay? Now Elon Musk has upset the left, okay? Because he has come out and criticized their Lord and Savior, George Soros, right? Who can't be criticized at all because he's Jewish, right? Again, this is the dilemma of being in the middle, right? This is the dilemma of being a moderate, okay? This is why moderates are the real silent majority in this country, okay? Because you just piss off both sides if you're in the middle. But anyways, Musk came out here and told Twitter, right? He said, George Soros hates humanity and compared him to the Jewish supervillain Magneto, right? Who is a Marvel supervillain. Now, the CEO of the Anti-Defamation League, aka the Anti-Free Speech League, has condemned Elon Musk in his comments. And Elon Musk, doing an interview with CNBC, was actually asked about these comments, and he refused to back down in regards to his criticisms of George Soros. Take a look.
Properly, but I mean, you know what you wrote, but you basically...
It reminds me of Magneto. It's just like, calm down, people. This is not like made a federal case out of it.
You also, you said he wants to erode the very fabric of civilization, and Soros hates humanity. Like, when you do something like that, do you
I think that's true. That's my opinion.
Okay, but why share it? Why share it? Especially, why share it when people who buy Teslas may not agree with you, advertisers on Twitter may not agree with you? Why not just say, hey, I think this. You can tell me. We can talk about it over there. You can tell your friends. But why share it widely?
I mean, this is freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I want.
You absolutely are. But I'm trying to understand why you do, because you have to know it's got a... It puts you in the middle of the partisan divide in the country. It makes you a lightning rod for criticism. I mean, do you like that? People today saying he's an anti-Semite. I don't think you are.
No, I'm definitely. I'm like a pro-Semite, if anything.
I believe that probably is the case.
Yes.
But why would you even introduce the idea then that would be the case?
I mean, look, we don't want to make this a George Soros interview.
No, God, no. I don't want to at all. But what I'm trying.
I'm reminded of there's a scene in The Princess Bride, great movie.
Great movie.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father. And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care. You want to share what you have to say.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Okay.
Yo, Elon, don't give one F, okay? I see exactly why he was annoyed, right? Because I would be annoyed as well too, okay? Because these people that work at CNBC, a lot of these people probably got some stock ownership in Tesla. And a lot of people are pissed off at Elon, right? Tesla stockholders are pissed off at Elon because they're saying Elon's not spending enough time saving the world, right, with Tesla, okay? And they feel like his attention towards Twitter and free speech is stopping him from doing more with Tesla. So this guy is basically trying to ask Elon, like, why would you say that? Why would you say something in a country where you're supposed to be allowed to speak freely? Because, you know, you're going to piss off the woke advertisers, right? You don't want to be political. And Elon is like, bruh, I mean, this is just my opinion, right? This is my opinion. But again, Elon Musk is learning ever since that he got into politics that, you know, when you're in politics, you're expected to pick a side, okay? If you stay in the middle, right, that's how you get burned the most, okay? Because the left thinks that Elon Musk is a far-right white supremacist, okay? They think that he's an anti-Semite simply for criticizing George Soros, and he's never going to be able to shake it off, okay? He probably has ruffled the wrong feathers with this right here, okay? Because apparently a lot of Jewish people, not me saying it, but the CNBC guy saying it, have a lot of stock ownership in Tesla. Previously, George Soros did until he sold his entire stake, okay? He sold all of his Tesla, and that's probably why Elon Musk came out and said that, because he was salty about George Soros selling a lot of his shares in Tesla, exiting Tesla. Now, CNN also got in on this conversation of criticizing Elon Musk, as they're reporting that Israel is also pissed off at Elon Musk for his comments about George Soros. Take a look.
Israel's foreign ministry today is slamming Elon Musk's recent series of tweets, saying they have a, quote, anti-Semitic feeling to it. Yesterday, Musk launched a baseless Twitter attack against George Soros, the progressive Jewish philanthropist who's often the target of anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Musk tweeted that Soros reminds him of Magneto, a comic book supervillain. Both, of course, Soros and Magneto are Holocaust survivors and Jewish. Musk's reply, he wrote, Soros does not have good intentions and, quote, wants to erode the very fabric of civilization. Soros hates humanity, unquote. Obviously, it's not necessarily anti-Semitic to criticize George Soros, but the tweets do engage, critics say, in tropes that Jews are falsely cast as evil masterminds set out to harm the masses. Here to discuss, Sarah Fisher, CNN media analyst and Axios senior media reporter, along with Ted Deutsch, who's CEO of the American Jewish Committee, a former Democratic congressman from Florida. So, Sarah, Musk didn't say what prompted the attack, but you can't ignore the timing that Soros recently disclosed he had sold his entire holdings of stock in Tesla, which, of course, is owned by Musk. We're used to seeing controversial comments from Musk. Were you surprised by this?
I wasn't surprised by this, Jake. Musk has repeatedly, engaged in far-right conspiracies. You'll recall with the Paul Pelosi attack, he tweeted out misinformation around that. But I think it is important to note that Elon Musk, who still runs a publicly traded business in Tesla, is going to have to be mindful of the fact that anytime he's going to pick on someone online for dumping his stock, he risks other people wanting to come in and buy it. And so, as a business person, this was not the strongest move. But Musk has long sort of held some of these, more Republican right-leaning beliefs. Shortly after he took over Twitter, he allowed a bunch of accounts back on the platform that had been banned, including some neo-Nazi accounts. And so to hear this type of rhetoric coming from Elon Musk, it's not totally shocking.
So here we have it once again. Any criticism of Jewish people or George Soros or anybody Jewish really is hate, okay? Even if, you know, you're just stating an opinion about a guy. Hey, you know, I don't like the guy. I feel like, you know, maybe he's not good for humanity. I mean, I'm just being real. The woke DAs across this country that George Soros is funding, which is a fact, okay, he is funding them, like woke DA Alvin Bragg, is definitely bad for this country, okay? He is funding crime, okay, in this country, okay? He's funding the chaos and destruction that you're seeing in these cities because these woke DAs are soft on crime. That is a fact, okay? But they're going to say you're anti-Semitic, right? You're anti-Jew for simply stating facts, right, about a guy who happens to be Jewish in his political activities. It's just so hilarious how they work. You know that you're over the target with the left when they start accusing you of bigotry, okay? As soon as they throw out the word transphobe or racist or anti-Semitic or xenophobic or, you know, bigot or whatever, as soon as they start throwing those things out, far right, right, you are over the target, okay? You're over the target. You know that you're right on point. You're telling the truth, right? These people can't stand the truth. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Facts are not racist, okay? Again, these are the same people that melted down when people pointed out factually that, yes, George Soros is funding woke DAs, right? Alvin Bragg is backed by George Soros, okay? And now, again, it's not directly, but, I mean, indirectly, he's backed by Soros. This is a fact.
The house of cards had already fallen down.
Yeah, and it's given, like, whatever, $30 million to Democratic causes. And
the number two donor next to George Soros, which is fucking terrifying. Like,
that guy, how old is George Soros?
It's a good question.
Yeah. He's like a vampire, right?
I had a conversation with the governor of Texas about him, with Greg Abbott, where he was explaining to me what George Soros does. And it's fucking terrifying that he donates money to a very progressive, very leftist, whether it's a DA or whatever politician, and then funds someone who's even further left than them to go against them, and just keeps moving it along. So he's playing like a global game, and that he enjoys doing it.
Yeah, he enjoys doing it, but it's telling, right? He understood early on where you wanted to seize power. Right, and that's, you know, we sometimes think, I'm gonna, a senator that's the pinnacle of success. Well, it's not really. You know, it's the DAs and it's the state level politicians.
Right,
so that's where real change occurs and where things can happen, and before you know it, it's like, what the fuck?
Or real corrosion.
Or real corrosion. Right.
That's what's scary. Is it seems like he funds corrosion. It's like he wants these cities to fall apart. He wants crime to flourish. It's almost like he's an evil person in a Batman movie. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he made his real fortune by almost busting the Bank of England, right? So he's not. Yeah, this guy is not. He's not out there for truth and justice.
And he's got to be deep into his 80s.
Oh, he's 92.
92.
Fucking two.
So you got to wonder, like, what keeps that guy fucking motivated? You would think that if you had that much money, you're 92 years old, you just want to go fly fishing and sit on the deck and drink coffee and talk to your grandchildren and just enjoy your life. But he apparently does not want to do that.
I think he likes being the puppet master. Right?
That's what's wild.
Yeah, he likes pulling strings and he likes having that influence and that impact, and I guess, what the hell, I mean, it's...
But he's uniquely public about it. That's what's fascinating. It's like, this is all known information.
Right.
That this guy is involved in all these different things that he has his hands in.
Yeah, and you could argue at least there's some transparency there as opposed to, dark money going into campaigns and other things, and so it's... But it is at 92. I had no idea he was 92. Good God.
You gotta wonder, like, what's his end game? Like, when does he wrap this fucking project up?
Yeah, so according to the mainstream liberal media, that is an anti-Semitic conversation, right? Just to simply state your opinion about George Soros, along with the fact that, again, the guy seems to be funding the destruction of these American cities through woke DAs. Yeah, that's a form of hate and bigotry. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Elon, again, is finding out the hard way that, this is how politics works, okay? He might have criticized the wrong person and the wrong group of people are pissed. Okay, let's see if he backs down. Let's see if he sticks with his guns. Because we saw what they did to Kanye, right? Who was a billionaire, right, before he made those comments. Now, I'm not so sure. Elon Musk, though, it's going to be a lot harder to actually take him down. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.